here with Fitness Injury Prevention. Today we're going to go over our warm-up and strategies for 16.1. So before we start our actual warm-up itself, we're going to want to do a little bit of mobility, get things moving and going. So big one that we want to start with is going to be the shoulders. So we're going to do banded overhead distraction, which I'll show you. So bar banding on the top of the rig. Arm is going to go in, palm turned up towards the ceiling. So you're going to come down, you can kneel if you want, you can stand if you want, completely up to you. We're going to stretch out that lat and that shoulder. Make sure you turn your palm to the ceiling so we externally rotate, get that shoulder flexion too. If you are doing the scaled version, I recommend doing super front rack. So place the bar near the bottom of the rig. You're going to go into your front rack position and let that elbow come up, stretch out the lat that way. This is going to be a little bit more natural to what you're doing. All right? After that, we're going to do banded hip opener, which is going to stretch out the anterior portion of your hip. So what we're going to do is we're going to step in one leg, band goes up to your hip, that banded leg goes back. You're going to balance in this lunge here and let the band pull the top portion of your femur away and stretch that anterior portion. I'd recommend probably doing about 20 to 30 seconds on each side for these. All right? If you want a little bit extra, if your hips are still a little tight, you can do K-star lunge. We're going to go into the lunge position. That elbow is going to drop inside and push that leg out. Or if you want, you can also do pigeon, stretch out your glutes a little bit. Completely up to you. I would recommend doing at least one shoulder, one hip mobility before you start the warm-up. Warm up, see what's still tight, then you could always go back. All right, next we have the actual warm-up itself. So I've read a lot of stuff online, watched a few videos on 16.1 warm-ups. I'm going to put together what I think is going to be the most efficient and the best for you. I would recommend starting with about a minute or two on either the rower, the assault bike, air dyne, just go for a jog. A little bit to get your heart going because this is a very aerobic workout. You want to stay aerobic the entire time, so let's get started that way. The warm-up's going to be very similar to the pattern of 16.1 because we want to have similar movement patterns. So we are going to do 3 rounds for our warm-up, and then once again, if you're feeling tight in specific areas, go back mobility again, loosen those areas up. But 3 rounds, that's going to be 4 overhead lunges, 2 burpees, 4 overhead lunges, 4 kipping swings. But we're going to change it up a little bit as we go. So we're going to need a PVC pipe for your lunges. I want you to do your overhead lunge like you normally would. When you come down, I want you to side bend towards that front leg, hold it for a second, and back. So then we would switch, because remember it's a walking overhead lunge, and we come back to the other side, okay? So that's what the first round of overhead lunges are gonna look like. Then you're gonna do your 2 burpees, but I want them to be deficit burpees. So we're gonna go into the plank position, 2 seconds down, and up, okay? Plank position, 2 seconds down, and then up, okay? We're gonna go back to our PVC pipe lunges now, our overhead lunge. You're gonna go into your overhead position, but this time instead of side bending, you're gonna rotate towards that front leg. Good? Other side, rotate towards the front leg. So remember the overhead lunges are 4 each, so it'll be 2 each leg. Then we're gonna finish with 4 kipping swings. So for our kipping swings, you go head through the window, all the way, hit all your movement patterns that you would in your kip, okay? Remember, 3 rounds, 4 overhead lunges, 2 burpees, 4 overhead lunges, 4 kipping swings.